Kamal Singal, the managing director as well as CEO of the company, joins us. Hi, Kamal. Thanks so much for joining in. Well, apologies to keep you waiting. We had important commentary that was coming in from our top regulators. But let's talk about this partnership then. Could you tell us what is the stake in the partnership? HDFC Capital, they are putting in some money as well. So what will their stake look like as of now? Means post this infusion, they are putting 600, you're putting 300 crores odd. And will there be any further investments that will come in from HDFC Capital, or do you have plans to dilute it to anyone else?
Sure. Very good morning. Sorry for this. Our partnership with HDFC has really grown over a period of time. Last several years, they have been our biggest credit providers historically. And then we had our first platform arrangement with them a couple of years back, which is doing great at this point in time. We are investing there under that platform. Subsequently, the relationship grew into an equity relationship where HDFC brought in equity into the company and picked up 8.8% or thereabouts of stake of the company at the parent level. This is the third kind of arrangement and partnership that we got into and recently announced, where there's a new platform which will be investing 900 crores, as you said, out of which 2/3 will be invested by HDFC Capital, and 1/3, which is 300 crores odd, will be invested by Arvind. This is not a capital dilution. This is a platform investment which will be investing into various projects, greenfield ones. We'll acquire projects and execute them. And of course, on a waterfall basis, etc., distribution will subsequently happen. So this is the third arrangement that we've had. And this is a very important one for us and the biggest one for us with HDFC out of the three arrangements that we've had. This is expected, as you said, to create a top line of around 5,000 crores. And we are hoping that in next few months, we'll be acquiring additional 6 to 7 projects under this new arrangement.
Kamal, give us a few more details. Arvind Smart Homes, right? That's the subsidiary where this money is going to be invested in, right?
Correct.
So,
correct.
What will be the ownership in this particular? How does the shareholding shape up in this particular entity? At the parent level, we have that. It's a BSE filing. We get that stake, 8.5% to 9% stake is what HDFC Cap has in the parent. But in this subsidiary, how does the shareholding get broken up?
Per se, the entity will be owned by Arvind only.
Okay.
This is SPV where these specific projects which are acquired under this new arrangement of 900 crores will be housed together so that it becomes one entity where this arrangement works and develops properties. So it will be owned by Arvind SmartSpaces per se. But at the same time, through OCDs and the other routes, funds will be flowing in from.
So there is no equity that HDFC Cap gets in this company?
No, not really.
Okay, all right. And the phases of investment, the 600 plus 300, will it be at one shot? How much of it comes in FY23?
So the money is on tap. I mean, we are all set to acquire projects and deploy these, and the process has started already. In fact, we are already in the process of finalizing a couple of projects under this new arrangement. And the idea is to deploy these funds as early as we could. The constraint is how fast we can acquire and not the money availability. It's available on tap process. So it's available within this financial year.
All right. Hi, Mr. Singal. Good morning. So you were just mentioning that, there is a revenue potential of 5,000 crores from this. Can you tell us what is the timeline? When do you see this potential really play out? What is the time period that you're looking at for this 5,000 crores?
Sure. So we are hoping that this deployment happens in next 3 to 4 quarters. And typically on an average basis, there are long-term projects and there are short-term projects. But typically, real estate projects would take anything between 3 to 5 years to execute. So we're looking at something like a 4 years timeline before all these projects get executed under this platform.
Okay. All right. So 5,000 crores in the next 4 to 5 years. So that is, around FY26?
Correct. I mean, this is when everything will get over, possibly. But of course, the process starts immediately, acquisition starts immediately. We should be acquiring all these projects and adding to this pipeline in next 3 to 4 quarters.
So how many projects are you looking to sort of add on with this investment through the partnership?
6 to 7 projects, additional 6 to 7. And we obviously have a current ongoing plan of enhancing the pipeline and investing in new projects. But this specific platform should give us enough and more sort of ammunition to acquire 6 to 7 additional projects.
Okay, got that, Mr. Singal. If I can just move out of this platform that we're talking about and ask you on a more, overall level, what is the launch pipeline looking like? We do know that you had a couple of projects in Bengaluru which were expected to be launched soon. You also have some in Gandhinagar. Can you tell us when these are expected to be launched?
Sure. So within this financial, we are hoping to, or rather we are planning to launch at least 4 new projects, a couple of them in Bangalore and a couple of them in Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar region. Most of it should happen in Q3 and maybe 1 or 2 in Q4. Apart, these are firm pipelines. I mean, these are things that are almost set. Last bit of regulatory requirements are being adhered to, and we should be hitting the market before ending this financial. Apart from that, under the new platform also, where we are putting in efforts to bring in a couple of more projects additional to be launched within this financial year. So all in all, 5 to 6 projects is something that we are looking at launching within this financial year, within this platform and outside the platform.
All right, Kamal, but before we let you go, we have to ask you, what is the sales target you have for FY23 and FY24?
Well, I mean, as a group, we are not generally giving guidelines, but we know our trajectory. We have been growing very, very decently in the last few years. Post our demerger from parent, which is Arvind Limited, we have been growing at a very, very healthy stage here. We touched, last year in fact was one of the finest year we had, with 600 crores of top line and 600 crores almost thereabouts, collections, etc. We became a debt.
Okay, I think we've lost.
And most of the important parameters, top line, bottom line, etc., have been growing 30% and thereabouts. So we hope that we'll continue with this momentum, and the fresh sales should see similar amount of growth this year as well and next year.
Kamal, I think you had launched one project last month, if I got it right, somewhere in Ahmedabad. There was 20-25 kilometers, I think, away from there. And the response was quite good. I think in the last 2 months or so is one project over there. Could you tell us the number of units that were on offer or that are on offer, and how many of them have already got sold?
The project possibly that you are talking about has not been launched. It has already, it has just been kind of pre-launched sort of a thing.
Yes.
And the project obviously in the pre-planning stage receiving very, very healthy response, but we'll be coming out with the numbers very soon. But as you said, the initial impressions, etc., have been absolutely encouraging and great for us.
Okay.